Hello, it's Tuesday. It's my caffeinated life. Time for some... Okay, so I recorded this last night because that's when I get aired around. It's Star Trek, the motion picture, The Wrath of Khan, and The Search for Spock. I didn't get any of the funny moments. Anyways, yes, here's what Aaron and I think of those three movies. Next week, well, you'll see. Enjoy. Can you talk like 2 minutes about 1, 2, and 3?
Sure.
Okay. Because 1 is sort of the motion picture. And it's like the first Star Trek movie since the 60s, and they've been like 14 years. And then we have technically a part 1 and a part 2.
Yeah. What was 1 V'ger?
Yes.
Okay. 1 was V'ger, 2 was...
Khan.
3 was...
Christopher Lloyd is a Klingon on Genesis. He was a terrible Klingon, I know.
It just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Star Trek 1, the motion picture, 1979.
It was... If you've seen the original series, even parts of it, it's, I guess a romp would be the best way to put it. It's kind of fun to watch. It's doing more of the explore the unknown stuff. And aside from that, it's kind of bad.
Kind of bad?
It's kind of horrible.
I mean, even for 1979, it was like mediocre, but it was the fact that it was a movie after so long.
Yeah, it was.
I'm pretty sure 2 years later, Wrath of Khan was so much better.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was there to test the waters to see if they could do something like that and have it work. Like, there were a couple things that were really good. The scale of the inside of the V'ger ship, or V'ger itself, however you want to think of it.
See, technically the satellite is Voyager. V'ger is the entire ship.
Okay. So the inside of V'ger, we get a very good sense of scale on it, because, well, the Enterprise is really big, and it just keeps going.
Yes, but that's the thing. It keeps going.
Yeah, there's a lot of keeps going in the movie.
Especially with that little... I'm like, what the hell is that sound? And it's like, wasn't that the first time we hear the Klingon?
Yeah.
Oh my god. The Klingon music!
So, yeah, it's... Without looking at any of the other movies, it's not the worst thing I'd ever seen.
No, that comes later.
Well, no, we aren't going to be reviewing Ishtar.
But we will be reviewing Star Trek 5.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah.
So, Star Trek 2.
Yeah, like I said, it moves on to Wrath of Khan, which is like...
Yeah, Wrath of Khan was... I had seen it before, not really knowing that it was Wrath of Khan. Just kind of... I guess knowing that it was Star Trek, but not having any idea what was going on.
Yeah.
And it impressed me. It was a very solid movie, even not knowing what was going on.
And it left some of those quirky little lines in your mind.
Yeah.
Admiral. And Khan! That one.
The part that really stuck with me was the earbud things. Yeah.
We had those all over my old house. Because we had so many trees. We had little earwigs all over the place.
Oh man.
Because we had
movie,
wood.
I would just...
Yeah, we had wood and stuff just lying around, and old bark and stuff lying around. I lived on basically a farm. So I picked it up and there's just pill bugs and centipedes and earworms all over the place.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd find them in my room.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna have trouble sleeping.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Who am I kidding? But, so, Wrath of Khan. What?
Hmm?
Just leaning in?
Okay. Yeah.
Wrath of Khan has a lot of course, memorable lines and all that. It's not as much fun. They aren't. Like, the cast and crew took it a little more seriously, I think, which made it a better movie, but it wasn't as goofy. And I like my movies to be kind of goofy.
Well, it had goofy parts.
Yes. But, yeah, overall it was definitely much better than Star Trek 1. I think I had a root canal that was better than Star Trek 1.
Yeah. And it played on really well to Star Trek 3.
Absolutely.
It was a great part 1, part 2. Technically 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4 are kind of a trio, if you look at it just right. Because they, Spock dies, they kill, they go back and look for Spock, destroy the Enterprise, and then they get the Klingon bird of prey. They're technically outcast from Starfleet because they did something ridiculously illegal. And they're at Vulcan to fix Spock. They go back to Earth, whale probe, go back in time, grab whales, come back. And then that sort of ends the whole, and then they finally get put on trial for what they did.
Yeah. And that can come later. What are we going to talk about? Because it's not really relevant. It's about why dang it, Quark. Why Quark should have been but never was kicked off DS9. But like I said,
okay.
some other time. So Star Trek 3 is... No, I'm gonna confuse you.
No. I'm just waiting.
I don't remember it as well.
It's bland.
It strikes me as, not really memorable.
Other than Christopher Lloyd.
Other than Christopher Lloyd being the worst Klingon ever, but still hilarious.
Well, yeah, and then the death of Kirk's son, which plays later into Star Trek 6.
Yeah. The, little bits of it were memorable, but on the whole it wasn't. Dang it. Now every time I say I'm really aware of it. Can't really fix it yet, but I'm aware of it. So the whole Genesis Planet thing does kind of stick out of my mind, especially the conversations between Kirk and his son. It was...
Actually, most of those happen in Star Trek 2.
3 was definitely not memorable.
Yeah, we had the new Savick.
Yeah.
Because in Star Trek 2, we had Savick and it was Christy Alley. Then it came back as Robin something. Escaped my mind. It's really late. And then we had her for Star Trek 4 also.
Yeah. But, yeah, Star Trek 3 was not memorable, which tells me it probably wasn't that great.
Well, it facilitated part 2.
Yeah, it was very
I don't remember much about Two Towers.
I need to watch that again.
Yeah, well.
It was very much a part 2. That needs a part 1 and a part 3 to be worth anything. It was the boring bit in the middle. Which is too bad, but I guess is acceptable, considering what came before and after.
Okay. That should be it.
Yeah.
We'll do 4, 5, and 6 next week. Do you want to sign off?
Bye.